Hello, I'm Dr. Martin Orimenko of LiveWellHolisticHealth.com, and this is part 2 of our video series, Stress Relief, How to Cultivate Inner Calm and Balance in 10 minutes a day. We all know stress is a bad thing. We all have stress, most of us, and stress makes everything worse. It makes our digestion worse. Look at ulcers. It makes our physical body worse. Look at muscle tension and circulation. Our adrenal glands are supposed to be there for an emergency, not revving and going all day long. So we need to learn stress management techniques. And I have a 10-minute solution, but I'm going to talk about things you can do throughout the day that can really help. So the buzzword today is mindfulness. And what is mindfulness? Basically it's awareness, or what you're noticing. So I teach my patients you should be mindful every day of a couple of things. Number one, most important, your breathing. Most of us will breathe shallowly or hold our breath. We'll catch ourselves stopping our breathing throughout the day because we're really wound up and stressed about things. So you can counteract stress simply by taking long, slow, deep breaths. They've shown physiologically that long, slow, deep breaths actually reverse the fight or flight response, which is the stress reaction in your body. Simply by taking long, slow, deep breaths, you stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system instead of the sympathetic nervous system, which is our stress response. So all you have to do is notice your breathing whenever you can throughout the day, and even if it's 100 times a day, just notice, how's my breath, how's my breathing, and pause and take a long, slow, deep breath in and out, 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 out. And if you can do 2 or 3 of those in a row, so much the better. So that's first and foremost. And even if you have to tape a note to your computer that says breathe, that'll help you. But remember to breathe. Be mindful of your breathing. Number 2 is to be mindful or notice body tension, and particularly in 2 areas. One is your neck and shoulders. Just be aware of whether or not your shoulders are up around your ears or you have tension in your neck. A lot of times people will be at computers for hours with their head forward and focusing on their work so intently that they don't notice that tension is building up and they're creating this hunched over posture. So be mindful of tension in your shoulders, and remember to just drop your shoulders and then take a deep breath. Drop your shoulders, take a deep breath. The other area of body awareness should be your belly. Be aware of whether you're holding tension in your solar plexus or your stomach area. This is another area we're less aware of usually, but it's an equally important area in terms of holding tension in our bodies. So be aware of whether the stomach is tight. If you're holding it tight, try and just relax your belly. Just let it go. So drop your shoulders, relax your tummy, take a long, slow, deep breath. Even if it's 50 or 100 times a day, this will dramatically help. And another point I want to make is when you're eating or when you're in the evening time after work, these are times when we should be mindful of stress in our bodies. A lot of times we carry the stress of the day right over into the evening time. In the evening time we should really be mindful of letting go and relaxing. When we're eating also especially, that is not a good time to have stress in your body. So when you're eating, one of the best things is to sit down, first of all, rather than eating standing or on the go, and especially driving or working on your computer. This is a bad way to eat. You should stop and just eat. And when you're sitting there eating, the first thing you should do is close your eyes and take 2 or 3 long, slow, deep breaths, and then eat mindfully. Thinking about the food, thinking about the taste of the food, eating calmly, This helps your digestion, and it can serve as a period of stress relief. And then in the evening time, you want to make sure to relax when you come home. Instead of just coming in the door and grabbing a glass of wine and trying to, get dinner ready, think about the idea of maybe sitting down and meditating, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes of slow, deep breathing and letting go. This could be a big change in your life. That little 10 minutes before getting dinner ready or eating dinner, that can be a wonderful time to relieve stress. Or think about taking a nice stroll through a garden or around the block. That can be before dinner or after dinner. Next, I want to teach you my 1-minute meditation technique. This is done in the morning before you start your day. Literally, it's just a minute long. So after you shower and get dressed and ready for your work day, I want you to sit down in a chair and do the following. Close your eyes. Take 1 or 2 long, slow, deep breaths. And then in your mind, quietly, not saying it out loud, but in your mind, say, I am going to be relaxed and peaceful for the rest of the day. Or you could say, I am going to be relaxed and joyful for the rest of the day. And then visualize in your mind what that would look like. Picture yourself driving to work, relaxed and joyful. Think about being at work, relaxed and joyful. Eating your lunch, relaxed and joyful. Working the other half of the day, relaxed and joyful. Driving home, relaxed and joyful. Hanging out in the evening, relaxed and joyful, right up through bedtime. So you're visualizing the whole day like that. It only takes 30 seconds or so. And then you can finish by saying, relaxed and joyful. And then you take another long deep breath, slowly open your eyes, and start your work day. Then, throughout the day, you do little 3-second pauses before you start each new activity. For instance, you get in your car and you pause for 3 seconds and say, relaxed and joyful. And then you start the car and you back out and head down the street to work. When you get to work, just before entering work, stop for 3 seconds. You don't have to close your eyes. You can just, but stop for a moment and just say relaxed and joyful. And then enter and begin your day. And then periodically throughout the day, do those little 3-second pauses, relaxed and joyful, or relaxed and peaceful, as reminders throughout the day, right up to the time you get home and ready for bed. So it's a 1-minute meditation in the morning with these little reminders throughout the day. I've seen many of my patients benefit hugely from this little technique. Now I'm going to teach you a longer meditation you can do. Now this is actually a 10-minute meditation. And this is where the 10 minutes a day comes in terms of cultivating inner calm, where it really grows on you and sticks with you. Now it could be longer than 10 minutes, longer the better, to a point. So anyway, you sit down in a chair, preferably not with a full stomach, because your metabolism is going for digestion. But sit down in a chair, close your eyes, take a long, slow, deep breath or 2, and then begin repeating the sound so hum, so hum, so hum. Like that, silently in your mind, not out loud. You can start it out loud if you want, but mostly it's inside your mind only. You're repeating that sound like that. And this just gently settles your mind down and your body. Settles it down, settles it down. If you find yourself saying so on the inhale and hum on the exhale, that's fine. But it's also very powerful just to say so hum. Wait for a moment. So hum. So hum. Like that. As other thoughts enter your mind, simply notice them and gently come back to the mantra, if you will. And again, when the next thought comes in and you notice it, just notice the other thought. You will have many thoughts. Notice the thought and just gently come back to so hum, like that. Notice the thought, come back to so hum. Notice the thought, come back to so hum. Gently and effortlessly. And you'll notice your mind quieting down, and you'll reach a deep level of peace and broad awareness, pure awareness, when your mind really settles down. And if the so hum disappears and all the thoughts disappear, so much the better. Just hang out there for as many minutes as it takes, or as many minutes as you can. But as the thoughts arise again, just come back to so hum gently. When you're finished at the end of 10 minutes, or more, 15 or 20, and it's time to end, stop the so hum, take 1 or 2 deep breaths, just sit for a minute, and then slowly open your eyes, and you can get up and continue your activity. This is very good to do before breakfast, very good to do before dinner. You can do it in the middle of the day if you want. It can be used sitting up in bed if you have trouble falling asleep. You can use it then as well. But very good in the waking hours. Now some practical tips for stress management. Make sure to plan ahead as much as you can. Write down all the things you need to take to work or take on vacation, or what you need to do for running errands on the weekend or whatnot, and write things down. Get things out of your head and onto paper. When it's laying on a piece of paper in front of you, it's a list. You just prioritize the list and check off one at a time. It's easier to see it here on paper rather than having it all whirling around in your head. It's much, much better that way. And then I want to also emphasize the importance of eating a healthy diet. If you're going to drink a lot of caffeinated beverages, a lot of coffee and a lot of other caffeinated beverages and chocolate and so forth, and rev up your adrenal glands and your nervous system, that's not conducive to stress relief. I don't drink any coffee, I don't drink any caffeinated beverages. I have energy all day long, every day. So you can achieve this if you just practice. Just practice. And anything you can do to eat more healthy will support your stress relief. Eat a super healthy diet which includes vegetables, beans, nuts and seeds, moderate on protein, moderate on grains, moderate on dairy, and fruits, especially berries, so things like that. And eat smaller amounts. If you eat too much, that's a stress to the body. If you eat too late at night, that's a stress to the body. You don't get as good of a sleep. So eat really, really wisely and eat healthy. Another very, very important health and stress relief reminder is early to bed, early to rise, regular exercise. Early to bed, early to rise, get regular exercise. So there's cycles of nature. You're supposed to go to sleep when nature goes to sleep, and you're supposed to wake up when the sun wakes up. This is natural to your hormones, and the rhythms of nature are important to follow. You'll notice a big difference if you do, if at all possible. And exercise actually relieves stress. They've done studies on this as well, that exercise relieves depression and improves energy, as long as you're not killing yourself in the gym, as long as it's a healthy form, a moderate form, just to get the breathing up and the muscles working. Is very good for stress relief. So these are my health tips for stress relief and how to cultivate inner calm and balance. I'm Dr. Martin Orimenko of LiveWellHolisticHealth.com, and please remember to check your inbox for the next in the next few days for our part 3 of our video series, how gentle chiropractic care and therapeutic bodywork can ease pain, boost your energy, and improve your health.